I don't think I have thanked you for your help, Farhad said, shame burning his cheeks. When all seeds died, I lost all hope. I thought my journey was over. Anahita cocked her head and stared at Farhad. You have been through much, the goddess said. But I fear many trials still lie ahead. that giant creature? Farhad said. A guardian Dev, Anahita replied. Come, we must be close to my temple now. Farhad gazed upon the sigil with wonder and fear. Is that the holy sign? Yes and no, Anahita said. I built this one of many. It is based on the design that Ormazd gave me. Ormazd was not a name Farhad was familiar with. Ahura Mazda, the Lord of Wisdom, Anahita clarified. Suddenly, Anahita spoke with great fervor. Now my temple is safe. We can use this to finish what we started. Farhad refused to acknowledge what he had seen. He thought he must be mistaken. It appeared that he had already been to the Fortress of Oblivion, but he had emerged alone. How could I have left Shirin to her suffering? He thought. Guilt took hold. Wisdom to rival her beauty, Anahita said. She knows to seek help from a higher power. A life is a daunting prospect, the goddess continued, if one does not share one's troubles with others. Farhad furrowed his brow. Should we not have gone to the Revelations realm? He asked. Yes, Anahita replied. But the holy sign revealed something unexpected. Allseed's heart was a memory stone. It holds a memory like a sponge holds water, Anahita explained, like the ones you have excavated in Mount Bistun. But the engraving on Allseed's heart was incomplete. They needed to find the last temple to fully restore the memory. What do you know about these memory stones? Farhad asked. Better I show you, Anahita said. With great trepidation, Farhad took his pickaxe to Mount Bistun once again. And then, the goddess spoke a word beyond Farhad's understanding. Returning to the Revelations realm brought a lump to Farhad's throat. Dread shuddered down his spine. We shouldn't be here, he said. The Div, Bistun, it will... It cannot hurt us, Anahita interrupted. Trust me. Anahita was right. Bistun pounded against the red mist, but could not force its way through. Anahita became defeated. I have found the key to the memory stone, she said. She told Farhad that a single word was engraved on it, only visible through the Revelation realm's strange light. Oblivion. What does that mean? Farhad asked. It is the key to Allseed's heart, the goddess said. It is where our friend now rests. Anahita's voice was quiet and strained. Yes, this is the memory of my imprisonment. The engraving featured 3 people. On the right was Anahita in human form. On the left, Farhad's love, Shirin. But who is the man in the middle? Farhad asked. Anahita sighed. My greatest mistake. Farhad staggered as the earth growled and shuddered beneath his feet. The beast, caged for now, was banging on the bars with blows so mighty they crossed realms. We have Bistun's attention, Anahita said. You must confront it. I'm not ready, Farhad said. How can I defeat such a creature? Anahita spread a wing. Look around. Look at what you've created. How far you've come. There is greater strength inside you than you care to acknowledge. Fear is inevitable, but you must not let it control you. If you do, then you have already lost. Follow me, Anahita continued. I owe you answers. He is my great mistake, Anahita said. I chose him, and I chose poorly. How does this help me defeat Bistun? Farhad asked. Anahita sighed. You still have much to learn, human. Patience, for one. Everything has a weakness, the goddess said. Humans, Div, even gods. But before Anahita could say what Bistun's weakness was, she told Farhad they first had to address his. Guardian Div, the usurpers of my... Anahita trailed off. Wait, someone is nearby. Farhad blinked. His jaw dropped. He couldn't believe who stood before him. She was more graceful than a swan, more beautiful than a moonlit lake. Farhad knew he should have felt only relief at seeing Shirin safe. But to his great shame, his happiness was tinged with chagrin. He had dreamed of saving her from imprisonment, yet here she stood. How did you escape? Farhad eventually said, his voice trembling. Escape, Shirin said, with furrowed brow. Why would I need to escape my castle? I have been there since you built the milk canal. But, you whispered to me, Farhad began. You are not well, Farhad, Shirin said. I have come to plead with you to stop this madness. But Shirin, my love, I do all this for you. Shirin cast down her eyes. I am sorry if I have misled, but you must know, I do not love you. With those words, the bottom dropped out of Farhad's world. But he had no time to brood. Hurry, Anahita said. She is in grave danger. Forget her harsh words. Prove that you are worthy of her affection. And though Farhad was frightened, his mind racing, he knew what had to be done. Ring the bell! Ring the bell! Anahita cried. rose on a heat. I cannot damage it yet. The bell would not peal, her small eyes brimming with sorrow. Anahita caught Farhad's despairing stare. Save her, the goddess said. Do not make a mistake as grave as mine. Anahita fought hard, but could not withstand the Diev's might. Farhad wept, for he had lost another friend to Bistun. Despite Shirin's cruel rebuff, Farhad longed to help her. But he could make no sense of her injuries. He gripped Allseed's amethystine heart as the drowning man clutches the rope. I failed you, he whispered to the stars. Please, show me what to do. And then, a memory floated to the surface. A single word, oblivion. Don't give up, Farhad pleaded. Stay with me. Farhad cradled her in his arms, as if she were made of porcelain, and he saw something wonderful, the slight rise and fall of her chest. I will take you home, princess, Farhad whispered. The rain ran down his craggy face in rivulets, masking his tears. Perhaps you do not love me, he said, sobbing. But I fought a mountain for you, and I put trusting friends in harm's way. And selfish as it may be, I would do it all again. As Farhad walked, Shirin started murmuring. Farhad leaned close. She whispered but a single word, Khosrow. Suddenly, it all made sense to Farhad. The stone carving. The two were the perfect couple. The king of Persia and the princess of Armenia. How could a lowly sculpture question such a union? Suddenly, Farhad ground his teeth as a great fury washed over him. Not at Shirin, or even Khosrow, but at himself. What was I thinking? How could a princess love someone like me? But it doesn't do to wallow in self-loathing. And other questions wormed their way through Farhad's anger. If not Shirin, then who does the whisper belong to? How could he defeat Bistun and enter the fortress of oblivion? Why even try now? Farhad was ashamed by his selfish musings. What happened to Anahita? He thought. Does she need my help? Lost in his wretched thoughts, Farhad nearly failed to notice something alarming. Shirin's dainty feet were turning gray. I can't feel my legs, Shirin mumbled. Shh, be at peace, Farhad reassured her. You will be all right, as Anahita was. Shirin furrowed her brow. Anahita? Farhad swallowed and drew in a deep breath. She is your guardian. She risked everything to help me. He trailed off with a hoarse croak. I should check the rift is still sealed, Farhad thought, recalling the memory stone.